Hey there, friend. Listen, thank you so much for your question. And I did respond to it, but I responded to it in a series of videos. So I didn't want you searching like a needle in a haystack, right? So I said, let me do a separate video for you because this is a very, very important question. So you were asking, like, what does one do if they already have a collapsed pelvic floor or if it is collapsing? So that's two different things here, right? So let's talk about if you're collapsing. So for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, what a lot of women don't realize is that their vajayjay is a muscle, okay? I've got to use code words on TikTok, but when I say vajayjay, you know what I'm talking about, your lady parts, right? So if you are not exercising them on a regular, right? So that means either you are having some type of internal penetration, or you are having gasms with the O, you are using Benoit balls or an exerciser system, things like that. If you're not doing that on a regular, the same way with the rest of our body, if we have muscles all throughout our body, if we are not utilizing those muscles, they become really weak, right? We're not really strong. We start to have, just lots of things just start to sag and just don't allow you to be able to function as well as if you were healthy and strong because you have been, actually lifting weights. Same thing happens with your vajayjay. If you are not regularly doing those things I mentioned, then what happens is the pelvic floor will weaken, okay? So you have this pelvic floor. Imagine the floor is holding up all of the good things about a woman that she has at some point in her life, right? Her uterus, her ovaries, all of the things, your bladder, your rectum. All of those things are being held up by muscle. If you are not exercising those muscles, then the floor starts to weaken. It gets weaker. Think about strength, right? Muscles holding it up. It's really strong. It gets weak. It gets weak. It gets weak. It's trying to hold these things up. It's just so weak because it's not been, strengthened, all that. And then all of a sudden it gives way. It collapses. And when that collapses, everything that it was holding up collapses with it. We're talking uterus, we're talking rectum, we're talking bladder. So even if you're someone that's had a hysterectomy and you think that you're in the safety zone, you're really not. You still have to exercise those muscles, okay? Extremely important. So if you're starting to collapse, here are some of the signs, right? So you will actually, when you laugh, when you cough, when you sneeze, when you jump up and down on a trampoline, things like that, you will actually start to urinate a little bit, right? So if that is happening, and there are other symptoms as well, but those are some of the most common symptoms. So if that's happening to you, you are indeed having you're experiencing a weakened pelvic floor, which means that you're actually in danger of eventually having a prolapse. Now, it's not something that generally happens overnight. Like, this is something that happens over time. But and it can happen at any age. It really just depends on you and your body, yes? So very important. So if that's happening, you can do certain things to try to slow down the process, okay? And then keep that from completely prolapsing and collapsing, yes? So you can start doing your Kegels, right? Someone told me a really good thing a long time ago, like every time that you get at a stoplight, do your Kegel exercises. That's a reminder for you to do your Kegels. But what's even more effective is if you have some type of system that is actually weighted, right? So that's your Benoit balls, your yoni eggs, and like I carry something called Weight for It. And I also carry, so the Weight for It actually has vibration, which vibration is really great. It helps to create healthy tissues. And then I have another one that does not have vibration. So these are weighted systems and they're interchangeable. You can have different weights. So you're literally lifting weights with your vajayjay and you're strengthening the pelvic floor. So many amazing benefits to strengthening the pelvic floor. You have better gasms with the O. You won't be peeing when you laugh, cough, sneeze, jump up and down on a trampoline, all the different things, So and then also there is pelvic floor therapy, but that can be very expensive. And especially if you do not have any type of insurance that will cover it, all the things. So it can be very, very expensive. So you want to be proactive and keep things from happening that you don't want to have happen. You don't want those expenses, right? Like the system I carry, we're talking anywhere from $69 to $159. versus thousands of dollars if you're actually having to go to your doctor and get some pelvic floor therapy or having surgery, which you don't want that either. Now, if you have already experienced a collapsed floor, it just depends on the severity of it. I mean, there have been women that have gone into their doctor's office, and some doctors, many doctors, are not very compassionate. And if they're not qualified to do anything, they literally will just shove it back up there. Pretty harsh, right? But it's true. They'll shove it back up there and then refer you out. So this is not something that we as women want to experience. The pain, the embarrassment, the fear, right? And then the uncertainty, because there are a lot of doctors that don't know what the heck they're doing when it comes to treating women that are experiencing these symptoms or a collapsed pelvic floor. So if you think that you have experienced a prolapse, please see your OBGYN. See if you can get a referral if they don't know what to do. And if you don't, if it seems to you like, go with your gut, go with your instincts. If it seems to you like your doctor doesn't know what the heck they're talking about, please get a second and third opinion a lot of times. And if you need any additional resources, please reach out to me. I have lots and lots of resources that I can give you as well. Okay. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to comment or message me. I do give free consultations. If you have questions about the exerciser systems that I carry, if you need to see a demo, things like that, let me know. But my clickable shop is right up top as well. If you're like, I don't need to hear anymore, I already know. What's it called? So Wait For It is spelled like weights, like you're lifting weights, literally, right? And the other one I have is called Total V. Total V as in Victor, or as in VJJ. All right, but thank you so much for watching. It's your Energizer Beauty, and I'm out. Have a great day.